so if somebody was interested in Catholicism and they asked like, what is different about Catholicism than something else? Um, I would say that the difference of the church is the Eucharist is the heart of it. I think that's what a lot of um, Christian denominations, even Christian denominations that believe in communion and believe in the real presence, the permanence, the reality of the Eucharist is something that is it's one of the things that like makes the church the church. It fulfills those promises of Jesus that I will be with you till the end of the and if I'm
I
I'm
think you
I'm
have it.
mixing
Yeah,
up
end
the
of the
words, but
age.
like
Yeah.
I'm like I'll be with you till the end of the age, right? And he promises that, and he also promises that this is my church. You are Peter, and um, you are the rock upon which I built my church, and the gates of hell will not prevail. You know, the difference is that like the promises that Jesus makes are fulfilled in the church, and if you trust in Jesus, um, the church can't steer you wrong. Um, Members of the church can steer you wrong, but the church herself, who she is at her fundamental level, um, is true and is protected and is upheld by the promises that Jesus made.
That's awesome. And then what would you say to someone who like just general encouragement if they're like, oh, I don't know if this is like, I don't know if I can do this. What would you say? Um, just generally to them.
My suggestion would be to take it slow. Um, the no one no one should be saying you have to enter church next Easter. If that's what you want, that's something you should go for. But the the Holy Spirit works on its own time, and it converts hearts in its own time. And the only thing that you can really do is be receptive to the Holy Spirit. And if you can have the docility of both of either waiting or of responding when asked, that will take you where you need to go. But at the end of the day, take your time. No, there is a rush, but there's no rush. You know the your relationship, your walk with the Lord is going to be different than everyone else's, and you don't need to. There's not a there's not a map to do it other than the very general map that the church provides. But there's not a timeline that you have to uh, follow. There's not a uh, right way to go about it. Um, but there is joy to be found at the end.
That's awesome. Well, with that, any last, anything else, any last words that you want to share about your experience?
Uh, Not really. It's been really great to have a chat with you. It's been really fun to share. I always hesitate to like share my story when people ask about it because it does take a little while. Like I feel like
Yeah.
it's been 10 years. I've fit myself like I've got a flow for the story. Um, but having the kind of freedom to like, be able to tell it in a way where I don't feel like I'm rushing or I need to rush or I don't feel like, people are like, oh, I just wanted the quick, 2 minute version. It's like I don't need this 10, 15, 30 minute story. It's been kind of nice, and it's always good to be reminded of why I'm here. It's something that um, can get lost in the weeds sometimes when you're struggling with uh, your relationship with the Lord, and remembering that he wanted me, that his mother wanted me, and that they've been pulling me in this direction for most of my life. At least 20 years, if not more, has been it's been good. It's been good to be reminded of. So thank you so much.
That's awesome. Well, thanks again for being willing to share, and I can't wait for everyone
Absolutely.
to listen and check it out.
Yeah, me too.